I don't think Umbreon's cute.
Like girls and boys all like Umbreon because Umbreon is like a
it's like neutral in the middle.
That's a good point, actually.
Charizard is a more like a boy thing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but
Umbreon
Evolution is like it's just all.
Yeah, that's smart because
right?
I don't think I've seen anyone say Lugia's cute or Rayquaza's cute.
Yeah. So what I
that is so true.
More comparable is Mew. Mew is like cute and what?
Hey, CJ cooking right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to this special episode of Poke SMP featuring CJ, Jesse's wife, and the owner of Vent City CJ Trading Cards in Vancouver, Canada. She was featured in our previous episode on female shop owners in the Pokemon hobby, along with PokiChloe. We will link that episode in the description below if you want to give that a watch later. First of all, thank you, CJ, for coming on today. CJ has returned today to talk about how her Pokemon business is doing in this Pokemon bull market. Let's have you do an intro for the new viewers of our channel. CJ.
Hi, my name is CJ. I'm Jesse's wife, and I own a Pokemon store in Vancouver. We started a store about 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago, and we recently moved to a new location, which is like twice the size of the old one, more than twice of the size of the old one. And ever since then, business has been exploding. And we met some new friends in the community, and business have been gone to another level ever since then.
I'm super excited to have you on today because so much has happened since your last episode with us, right, Jesse?
Yeah, I know. It's absolutely crazy. So CJ's shop did over $2.5 million in sales in 2024. And that number is pure Pokemon, which is very rare for brick and mortar trading card shops in Canada. People would be like, why would you do that? Because, One Piece, Lorcana, Magic the Gathering, all these card shops had its place. If we were just to focus on it, we're not focused, just get a few more trading card games out there, that number would be a lot higher. But we left a lot of money on the table on purpose because this started as a passion project for us. We only wanted to stock what we collect ourselves and passionate about. And so I do believe we're one of the top shops in Canada in terms of Pokemon trading card sales volume. I think the only ones that would be comparable in just Pokemon cards volume would be obviously Danny. She's huge, big fan of hers, and maybe 401 Games and a couple of shops like that. But we started this crazy trend up in the middle of the year too. Like we were probably averaging around 300 to 400K a month starting from August. And we did probably $500,000 in December. So things are looking good. We're probably going to be on pace to hit 5 this year. So super excited about that. And at the end of the day, to us, it's not about the money. We purposely try our best to keep it more about community and collecting, give back to community as much as we can. It's just like we sold a big portion of our prismatic ETBs at MSRP, and we try and give away and give back to the community as much as we can. Obviously, the nature of the business has changed because it's not strictly a hobby now, being where it is, and we have multiple full-time employees and higher rent and things like that. So we have people to take care of for the shop now. It's not just CJ driving every day.
How many employees have you guys hired on since the move to the new shop?
So we have like 2 full-time, but then now we have Thomas and potentially Harina and Cody.
And we have another full-time just gonna be starting today. So right now our team is pretty small, but we have a lot of friends are helping out every day in the store. So lots of people think we're like a big team because every time they came in, and there's always 6 or 7 people inside of the counter. But half of them are just just friends and genuinely they helping, and they just whoever gets time, they will stop by and helping for a few hours and just chill with us, and because they're so familiar with the store, so people just go directly to them, start asking questions, and they just like, okay, then I'll answer, and then that becoming a common thing for them.
Yeah, yeah, but we do have right now, I think 3 full-time employees, and Cody would come on for shipping, right? And potentially Harina. So
Yeah,
maybe like
we don't
2
know. We don't know
part-time
yet. But
soon. But yeah, by the end of the year, we'll most likely have a team that's double that size, just because we have a lot more things going on, like the streaming will
Mhm.
begin soon, and the custom cards that we have with Tag is coming, and a lot of the other stuff. Like, it's going to be a lot more than just a brick and mortar store in 2025.
Mhm.
Lots of exciting stuff. So you guys are going to start a rip and ship?
We're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have plans for that, and I mean, we could have done that a long time ago, but didn't have enough time. But we have people on the team now that can start streaming, so CJ doesn't have to take on that responsibility. So we will start that sometime this year, but we're still trying to figure out which platform.
Gotcha.
eBay Live is potential. They reached out to us, offered us really good incentives to be on there, whatnot, obviously. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to think big. I'm trying to think potentially our own streaming platform with.
Wow.
Actually, I'm not gonna go into that just because that's like our plan down the road, but it will happen sometime in 2025.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's super exciting. But CJ, you want to tell the story about how we started and how in the last 4 and 5 years, like we really proved a lot of people wrong. And I'm just saying, like, these people that we proved wrong are not our enemies, or we're friends. But
Yeah.
It's just funny to talk about this right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, when we first when we first have the idea of having a brick and mortar store, we reach out to distributors, and our distributor back then, now he becomes our friends,
Yep.
and he told us that we won't get any product for the first half year. And if we only focus on Pokemon, the store won't last
more than 3 months.
Yeah, more than 3 months, I think. Yeah, that's what he said. And we said, okay, well, but we'll still do it. This is our passion project. We don't care how much we make. We just want to have access to be able to get product and potential becoming a serious business in the future. But we didn't think too much about that back then. We just want to have a start, have a brick and mortar store. And then, yeah, and now we have lots of allocation. And just a few months ago, and just last month, we went back to see him and talk with him, ask him, do you remember when we first started, like what you say to us? And he started laughing. He's like, oh, I remember. I thought about that all the time. And we proved him wrong. Now we're able to joking about that, but like it was really tough in the beginning. Yeah, and we're happy at what we are right now.
Yeah, how we started was exactly how the video that we posted on CJ's account. Like, we can like overlay that here.
Hey CJ, learn something new today. Top 4, we have the winner bowling, and the 1-1 soaking contest. We have another Scalpers.
Let's just get a shot.
真假的
Why not?
Okay.
At the very end, it was so random. It was September 2020, I think. We were in bed and we were just talking about, and she wants to rip packs and we just can't buy anything. So I was like, oh, let's open a shop. In my head, it was
remember that.
such a genius idea, right? We're like, oh man, I figured it out. Let's get a shop. And then she's like,
See?
what?
I love
And
that
then-
story. I love that.
Yeah, and then the next day, like literally just started looking on Google and some of the local like Craigslist and things like that, and we found our first tiny little shop literally the next day. It wasn't like a week from then. It wasn't like 2 weeks. It was the next day.
And that's the first listing I saw.
First listing we went to, first
Wow.
listing we saw. We rented it literally on that day, got distribution the next day. So it wasn't like, oh, we had this idea in September and boom, it took us like 3 months to plan. It was like, no, we had this idea September 20th. On 21st, we got a contract signed, distribution, everything. Boom, done.
Wow.
So it
within 48 hours.
Yeah.
From having the idea and then having find a store, sign up with the distribution, like everything.
Yeah, everything done. So like honestly, no excuse. Start what you want to start. We're
Literally turning your
Yeah.
dreams into reality.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of fortunate timing at the time too, because it was a lot of people were being stuck at home and at the time a lot of people had a lot of free time and you know, I was still kind of busy, but that was like the only time that we can really put in a lot of time to kickstart a business. I guess it wasn't really a business still.
No, it
Again, like
wasn't.
the idea was to get a brick and mortar shop for like $1,000. It was our rent was like $1,000 a month. It was super cheap because COVID at the time everything was empty, right?
Uh-huh.
And then like using the brick and mortar store to get distribution so we can get products for us to rip. It wasn't even like to sell. It was literally like we can get cheap product to rip. And so it's obviously amazing that we were able to get everything together and start this business within 48 hours so quickly. But I do understand that like normal regular people that are watching this podcast, it wouldn't be as easy to start a business because most people are not in the financial situation that we have to start a passion project and not worry about paying bills and just start it for strictly just the passion, because people have bills to pay, responsibilities, and have to worry about to use it as a primary source of income is very tough. And so what our distributor friend said to us wasn't like he was lying. He was trying to talk about it from the regular business owner's perspective. If this is a business you want to put your time into, you're going to have a very tough time starting it in the bull market of 2020, similar to where we at now. And he was right. If we had to rely on Pokemon to make a living, it wasn't going to work. At least for the first year and a half, we had to tough it through. And at the time we knew that going in. So even for the first 3 years, like we didn't make a lot of money from it. Actually, no money. We never paid ourselves a single dollar, like zero.
Money. Yeah.
And whatever money we had, we either put it into collection or we donated it to charities and stuff. Like it was just kind of a way for us to meet people in the community and just buy cool cards that walks into the shop. That was really all it was for 3 years, from like 2020 to 2023.
And the reason why we are be able to do that because the rent was so cheap as well, and we didn't spend any money on renovations because the counters it used to be a jewelry store. So it's like perfect setting. So we didn't need to do anything. So we're really lucky in that sense. If it's like just empty space, we need to do renovation, blah blah. Then we we won't be the same. Like we won't be
But one thing I do want to say though is so there's two parts of it. The reason why we were able to last three years when the business was very tough, not able to get allocation and products, is because obviously we're in a pretty good financial situation where we didn't rely on it to make a living. But also the success of 2024 that we had, I wouldn't say anybody could do it, but once you work on certain skill sets like short form vertical content, digital marketing, it really doesn't take a lot of capital for you to do that. And there's a lot of people online that's made a great living for themselves, building their brand and creating content. Like the driving force of our success in 2024 is the content and the social media. And again, like we were thinking about closing the shop, and then because of the opportunity cost of her just driving there and coming back every day, she was burning out. But once we decided to do it, I decided to kind of come in and help with the operations and on the marketing side. And we experimented with all kinds of content, really for the first time in the first 4 or 5 years. And the Hey CJ series really blew up, and that's what got the shop where it was. And we rebranded into kind of like the go-to high-end collectible Pokemon shop in Canada. Showcase the shop, the product, gave value by providing information. Like CJ is, she's getting more knowledgeable, and she's better at explaining things to people. But
so good.
we did not spend a single dollar like boosting or promoting or running any ads on any of our videos.
It's all organic.
Everything is organic. And if you can look at our videos, the engagement is pretty insane. Like I think every single video gets at least 30,000-40,000 views.
Amazing.
And on average, I think probably 100K, because we have a lot of videos in the 200 to 500,000 view range, and every single video consistently hits around 50 to 100K views, which is very, if you can sustain that level of engagement and impressions per video, that's going to really keep you on top of mind in the space. And anyone can do it. This, like, literally anybody can do it. You have an iPhone, you got CapCut, and I'm a terrible editor. Like, those videos are the easiest videos to edit. Like, I can't do what you do. It's literally just storytelling, having an idea of like what to put where, like where do we put the conflict resolution, like where do we answer the question, adding subtitles, which is all it is. Anybody with an iPhone can do it. So it's fair game in 2024, 25 now, actually. And so
I think that's amazing what you guys are doing. Like, who came up with the Hey CJ idea?
Everything on the marketing side is me. She does operations in the store, so she's there every day and handling customers and just organizing everything and managing the employees. So, like, it's good to have a very clear role for the two of us to work together. So anything that's like marketing and planning, like the long-term stuff and just getting stuff out there, that's all me, because that's just my expertise. And she's at the shop handling everything else that I'm not very I don't have time to, and I'm not good at, like organizing inventory and pricing out things, and just everything the shop, like they're equally as important, because you can market all you want, have everyone come to your shop and your site and have nothing to buy, right? Because they're all over the place.
Right.
So we complement each other very well.
That's amazing. And how are you guys handling like crazy demand with Prismatic Evolution and the Blooming Water collection? I'm sure you guys have seen those crazy scalping videos from Costco. And are you getting any of that type of tension in your shop, CJ?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like everyone's allocation is so short for Prismatic, and I kind of understand why people can't sell at MSRP, because you only have so short of allocation. And every new set just drop once per 2 month or once per 2.5 month, and if your store rely on that income, then you can't sell at MSRP, right? Otherwise, your store will only make a couple $100 for that month or for that 2 months. So I understand why people are like upselling it. And I think it's not on all the stores that prices are high. It's because really the demand and the printing speed of Pokemon company cannot catch
It's Pokemon's fault, nobody else's. It really is. Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, we already try to lower the price as much as we can. We also sell almost like 1/3 of our allocations at MSRP already. We're doing a raffle, like trying to give everyone a fair chance to get it at MSRP.
And we sell them to parents at MSRP, for the first parents at MSRP during the release weekend as well, on top of the one per day. And we also gave away a few to parents in San Francisco. So so it's honestly we're trying our best. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we can't afford to. And we also bought a lot at like 2x MSRP from
Yeah,
other
from
shops
other stores.
to
Wow.
keep up with
Yeah.
the inventory. And the other thing is Canadian shops have the short end of the stick because allocations at distribution level is a lot lower. Like our distributors get a lot less than in Canada than the US. Like we know there's shops in the US that got 1,000 ETBs of Prismatic. My understanding is the entire Canada from the biggest distributor, Universal, got like less than 5,000. So
Wow.
if for the
That's
entire
for
country.
yeah.
So it's not the same. And it's Surging Sparks, the entire country of Canada for universal distribution, which is our version of Southern Hobbies, got 2,800 booster boxes. And that's directly from the distributor. I can get them on the phone. People don't believe me. It's true. 2,800 booster boxes for one release of a main series set. So it's very tough to get sealed product out here just because our allocation is a lot shorter. Apparently, our Prismatic Evolution is already the highest in Vancouver. And if we were to run a business off of that allocation, we make like we barely pay rent.
Yeah, we can't afford any employee.
Yeah.
Can't afford rent.
So that's
Nothing.
that's the other thing that like if we have advice for new shop owners, you will not be able to make a living relying on new sealed product, no matter how hot the market is. You just can't when the market is super hot, everyone's super limited, so your stock will be really short. So even though on paper you're making more per box, but you're not going to have enough boxes to sell, and the customer is going to get so mad and come into you. They're going to call your shop scalping. You're greedy. Like an average shop got 10 ETBs, right? Even if let's say you make $100 USD per box, you're making $1,000 for the hottest set of the year. How are you going to even survive, right? So if you rely on modern seal product, your shop is not going to survive. You got to focus on the other stuff like singles, slabs, everything else.
Especially at this period because everything's sold out. Like I just went on my distributor set. Every single booster box are sold out right now. We couldn't buy any.
So there's nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Well, they are also holding some back, so you don't know what they have in their warehouse, but nothing available for people to buy right now.
Yeah.
Zero.
The only thing they have in stock right now is the Paldea Evolved, which they sell at $300. In the store, we sell for 280 something. But like from distributor, if you want to buy from them, it's $300.
Can you even pull up?
Yeah, but we can't even add it to the cart because I saw it's in stock, but I think they're holding it. Like we can't even buy it. But I don't even know if they are in stock or not, or just like their stock is not up to date.
Yeah, I can't even show this because some people, I remember telling people about this, and then they are like, they would say, "Oh, you're lying!" Like, no way.
Yeah, well, distributors are playing this game because they probably understand what's going on in the Pokemon market very well.
Also, like a Canadian distributor, they just don't have enough inventory like US. So they're in a tough position as well. So they're like a bigger store like us, but like bigger scale. But like all the problem that we have, I think they have too.
Yeah, and so the problem. So that's the thing. We talked to our distributors, and that's what they said to us. Obviously, not everything they tell us is true, but I think from my understanding, it's pretty close to the truth, and their hands are tied behind their backs too. So it's really a Pokemon problem, not being able to print a demand. But I do believe they will eventually print a demand this year because every time they said it, they've done it.
Right.
So
yeah Pokemon came out with a statement that they're going to print to demand recently. So hopefully that will be the case. But it comes with a lot of patience, which I think a lot of people don't have.
Are we able to see the screen right here?
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah, so universal distribution. As you can see, this is our distributor. And the only booster box we can order right now is
we can't really order
Paldea Evolved. And this is $299 Canadian, which is around $215, $220
Yeah, it shows
USD.
in stock, but we can't
even order it. So we sell this product at how much?
$289 right now.
Okay, so let's see if we have it on the shop. So it's just to show people.
Yeah,
no, we didn't have online. We had them in the store.
Okay, you don't even have it online. Yeah, because we can't keep them in stock.
So we
Wow.
just we decided just put it in the store.
Yeah, you don't even have it here. Oh, it's
Yeah.
sold out.
Yeah.
289. So yeah, so our distribution prices is higher than our retail prices.
That's crazy.
I have 3 distributor. This is the only distributor has something in stock at least.
Yeah.
All other distributor are completely sold out.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it's rough out here.
It is rough.
It's rough for collectors, investors, scalpers, business owners. Like maybe scalpers have it good because actually no, they don't have it good either because most of them are putting it on their credit card, high interest rate, and then they're trying to flip it right away. Like we have so many said scalpers call us or message us and ask us if we want to buy their blooming waters. Like you can't hold on to it for a couple months. Like you have to sell it like in the parking lot.
In 1 hour. Like the Costco release it. Costco opens at 8:30, and I start to receiving calls at 9:30.
Wow.
But like,
Gosh.
I was
so
like, "What's your price?" It's like 160. I was like, "Buy."
we're selling at 89, right? CJ decided to sell her entire allocation of blooming waters, which is
I only
a
have
whopping
20.
20 boxes at MSRP. Just
20
help
boxes.
people out. I know it's like it's not gonna do much, but hopefully it's like us leading by example. So other shops can, well, I guess like if you have to worry about surviving.
If we
then
only
they
have
can.
20, other store probably gonna only have like 5.
I've seen like photos of people trying to sell the product in the cart. They take a picture of the product they grab from either Walmart or Costco. They take a picture and post it on Facebook Marketplace and try to sell it right there and then.
Yeah, so some dudes are sitting there waiting for it. They're trying to drop ship this stuff. Like it's in their cart before they even pay for it. They try and sell it so they can use the EMT or the money that's sent over to pay for the product and then shipping and then dropping it off to whoever bought it. It's just absolutely insane.
I'm just over here
Yeah.
shaking my head.
It's tough for everybody. I mean, these scalpers have a tough life too. They got to line up. They got to fight off people. They get punched in the face. It's not an easy job.
Yeah, there's no way that I would ever line up 3-4 hours early in the cold to just, I don't know, fight somebody. Have you fight to the death. It's like Squid Game style.
You got these grown, not just like grown men. Some of them are like middle age or older too.
I think there is their parents.
Yeah, but still, them parents are throwing hands. Like we've seen some crazy stuff.
Yeah, one of the GameStop employee was telling me that they have kids skipping school to line up for products, which I'm like, wow,
well, it's hard to judge because if they're buying for themselves, and because there's no other way for them to buy, right?
Yeah,
and they don't want to pay $100 extra per box, so they rather spend that 3 hours to save that money.
Yeah,
right.
So I think if you buy for yourself, that's fine. Yeah,
it's like hourly rate is like $20, right? If they don't have a job that they can make $20 already.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And they don't get one, like they get like 2 or 3 boxes. That saves a few $100. I think if you're buying for your own personal collection and you're buying to rip, that's fine. But like our problem and most people's problem is people like scalping, being like you buy it and then you sell in the parking lot type of thing. Like you have no interest in the product. You're just trying to use it to make a quick buck. I think that's where the problem lies. Like you can buy from that's what Costco is. You got to go buy. I mean, it's and you store it in your storage and then you rip a box every week. That's totally fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like we've lined up a few times, we bought a few boxes, but you don't see us listing it like on the day of or bringing it to the shop and selling for 180. I think it's completely different if you buy for yourself. That's fine.
Yeah, if you're buying it for yourself, lining up 2 to 3 hours early, I think that's totally fine. But to scalp the products and to flip it immediately right in the parking lot is different.
Yeah, because most of them are putting on their credit card. They're 20% a month. I mean, a year, compounded month per month. It's not a good business model if you're trying to rely on it and then you're trying to compete with the thousands of other scalpers out there. It's I personally think it's not worth it, but to them it is. they're just taking away from the true collectors and the people that want to open packs for cheap. And one of my other problems, we're going to talk about it, I think, in Rob's podcast tonight, because his is, I think, a bit more controversial, is I think there's way too many resellers in the hobby. Apparently sports cards is worse. I talked to a few people, but Pokemon's getting really bad too, especially the people that go to shows, like the vendors. Oh my God, it's really the same group of people flipping the same group of cards to the same people every single show. Like, I have a bunch of ponchos and all RPSA 10s. I'm flipping it to you because I need cash right now for 85%. And the next show, I got enough cash. I'm going to buy it back from you for 87%, something like that. It's just over and over again. It's just every time I go to shows, it's the same people, same vendors, and they're flashing their cash. Yo, what's up?
Yeah,
I
I see a lot of
don't see enough people that are coming here as like, hey, I'm trying to complete this set. I need this card, this card, this card. It's always like,
I think that's the problem with the card show. In the store, most people came to the
yes,
store are like I've say like a 99% of the people come to the store.
yeah, they're trying to buy from themselves,
by themselves and complete the set. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that
car shows
only
is
car
all
show
like,
problem.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
flipper bros,
Yeah.
like
vendor
stonks.
POVs.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of these people are friends. I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm just saying, like, it's part of the problem with the hobby. I think we're potentially a part of it too, because we do a lot of the 85% buying, whatever. But it's the same people doing it over and over again. You see the same content, the same people doing coin flips to the same people. You buy mine, I buy yours. Man.
Oh yeah.
We're one of them too. But
Yeah, we buy. We don't sell it to people. Yeah, but we buy for the shop. Yeah, it's just that's the difference. We do have a brick and mortar shop, and obviously we have overhead, and then we sell at the shop to the end. Usually, people that come to the shop to buy is the end consumer. Obviously, because we do sell it at comps. And if some reseller comes in and tries to buy all our stuff for 85%, we just tell them to get lost, right? So people that do come in and pay for the slabs and the cars that they're buying from the shop are usually the actual collectors that are buying it for their collection. So it's easier for us to see the actual collectors by shows. Everyone's trying to get a discount. I feel like there's too many of us that's doing it.
Yeah, sometimes I'd rather stay in the store. I feel like there's more genuine collectors, and I like to talk to them and just have like every customer. I just love to have a short conversation, make connections with them.
Yes.
Yeah, where I find in the car show is super hard. So sometimes I rather want to.
We actually hate car shows now.
Yeah, I don't like going to car show. I'd rather stay in the store. I feel like more comfortable, and I feel like I'm really in the community when I in the store.
Yeah.
Car show just giving me a different vibe.
Yeah, but we also have the privilege of having one of the most well-known shops, so it's a way for us. If we didn't have the shop and we were in this business, then we have to go to car show. So we're just lucky enough to be in the position not to have to do it. Some people wouldn't want that privilege because they want to pay rent, they want to pay employees and bills. But we do, and having a shop that's well established. Anytime if we do go to a car show, it's actually like a net loss for us, because like we almost never sell more at the shows than we do at the shop. Like when the shop does well, like we do 20K a day, and even at the shows, it's going to be very tough, and you got to bring everything over there and wrap everything up. So much work.
I bet the displays and all that stuff, you got to be able to unload everything, and then whatever doesn't sell, you have to put it all back in the car. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah, we only go to card shows to support the organizers or to buy stuff. Like to sell stuff is
buy
really...
stuff at 85%.
Yeah, we're that annoying guy hitting up every booth. Yo, can I cash you out 80%, 85%? And that used to work every time you say it. I would say a year ago, you go to a car show, you're like, hey, I'll cash you out for 80%. They'll be like, happily, they'll just already been picking up everything. It's like, here you go. But now when you say 80%, they're like, no, I have an offer at 85 or 90. It's so different now. It's just within, I would say 6 months ago, it was so much easier to buy. If you pay 80%, you're considered someone that's paying really high at a car show, especially for the liquid stuff. But now it's like, what? they almost look at you like you're like insulting them. Like, why would I do that?
So what are some of your best selling slabs, CJ, at your shop? What are people looking for? Since all
I
the steel
think
products are pretty much flying off the shelf, but for slabs,
for
what's
some,
good
I'd say right now is modern
modern?
all art. People are buying a lot modern all art, and also the cheap ones, the slabs under, let's say under $100, under $50 actually,
Yeah,
because
go
we have a
really
lots
quick.
of like kids coming in, and when they see a pristine 10, any 10s, they got excited, especially the cheap Charizard 10s
Mhm.
around $50.
Yeah,
Those are
are
the most
super liquid.
liquid.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see.
So
So the lower end, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But also, our shop is known to have
Gold stars.
Gold stars sell really well too. We can't keep Gold stars in stock, and obviously Gold stars are thousands of dollars, but they do sell pretty relatively quickly, and we turn over Gold stars more than anyone in Canada at the very least. But like we're known to be a shop that has like the most expensive high-end stuff. Most of the cards out there is for branding purposes, I really feel like, because even if most people that walk in aren't able to buy a 2, 3, 4, 5, $10,000 slab, you can see in their faces how like happy they are to see them, because you don't get to see them at card shows even very often. When you walk into a shop and then your favorite Pokemon's Rayquaza and you see a Rayquaza Gold Star PSA 10 or 9 or whatever we have in stock, you can see their faces light up. Sometimes it's like, oh, this is my favorite card. I can't believe I walked into a shop and I see it. And then they turn around, obviously they buy a $50 Rayquaza card, but they'll always remember that. And we're the type of people that, we don't really care if you can afford to buy the slab or not. Like, we're collectors first. I personally love just taking it out. Like, it could be a $50,000 card. I would take it out and show them. And because I'm a big guy and I run track, so if you want to run away with it, you're probably gonna get caught. So I'm okay with doing that. She's probably less comfortable just because she would get overpowered. But anytime somebody wants to see an expensive slab in the shop, or even our personal collection, we're very open to sharing, and that's part of the experience of going to a card shop. It's not just, well, you might as well just shop online if you just want to buy whatever you want to buy. You want to see everything. Like, you might not want to pay for everything, but just seeing your favorite cards that normally you wouldn't be able to see, it really makes our day when people are so happy. You see their eyes light up when they see like a grail item in the shop.
Yeah, so never hesitate to ask us. Like, we're happy to show you.
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly.
Wow.
We had one negative review recently where someone was saying, like, I walked into the shop and they made me feel poor. It's like they didn't want to show me something. I was like, that guy probably didn't come to our shop. That makes no sense. Or maybe it was when we were busy and we just didn't have enough time to show him. But anybody that's known us, like, you want to see a card, I don't care if you buy it or not. Like, we're gonna take it out and show you.
We're proudly
show. That's what collectors do. It's like that's part of the reason why I love collecting is we love sharing it with fellow collectors. How cool is it? Like, I want to see your cards. Like, people share their cards with us. I geek out over Suicune cards are like $15. Like, oh, I don't have that one. I haven't seen that one. That was a promo from 2014. Like, we love seeing your cards, and we love when you want to see our cards. So
we
that's
have
part of the
customers
experience.
flying from all over the world, and bring their suitcase to the store, ask us, can I show you my collection?
Like, Singapore, Hong Kong, like Australia, UK. People are just like, hey, I saw your Instagram. I just wanted. I brought my suitcase, my case of cards to show you.
That's so cool. That's what's so great about owning a shop. People come to you.
And you never know what's in that suitcase. Like, it could worth $1 million. So we were like,
obviously,
okay.
We've seen like a lot of like cool modern binders, but we've seen people that brought in binders with like no rarity Charizards, with like pristine 10 corporate 25th anniversary Charizards. Like, we've seen like trophies, illustrators. Like, we've seen just people bring in crazy stuff. It's just like some of the most, like some people that come in, they don't talk for a little bit. It's like, oh, I'm just waiting for you to finish with your customers. Boom. Here's what I wanted to show you. We're like,
Wow.
what?
Is going on? Wow.
Dude is just like
So
chilling
cool.
out in the corner for like half an hour, just
That's
waiting
so
to show us
funny.
something.
So, Jesse, do you camp out at CJ's shop for a certain date of the week, or do you sometimes just go at
Yeah.
random times?
I'm usually there on the weekend, so Saturday and Sunday, if I
Mhm.
can, and that's honestly the best place to find me. A lot of people are trying to find me on Instagram or get a call with me, and usually it's kind of tough during the week. But you know, when I'm at
Yeah.
the shop and you just come into the shop and I'm not helping out, I can talk to you. So a lot of people come to the shop, just hang out there.
That's awesome. Have you guys opened any Prismatic Evolution yourself? Being a store owner, like, how would you decide what portion of cards you would set aside for yourself versus what to sell to your customers? Like, how do you navigate that?
Usually we open 10% of our
Mhm.
10 to
It's
20.
usually like a case
Yeah.
of everything that we
Yeah.
have for ourselves, but
Yeah.
not for prismatics just because we don't have enough. But like it used to be like 60%. We used to get like 10 boxes and open 6, get 20 boxes, open 12. You know, that was at the beginning. Obviously now we have employees, bills to pay, and can't afford to do that anymore. And CJ has been trying to, because honestly, like for her, she doesn't want her customers to come in and not get product.
Yeah.
So she's really trying to limit me. She's like, no, like it's better for the customer to open that box so you can like wait.
Yeah, if I know we can get unlimited of like a certain product, then it's okay for her to open. But if I know this is only amount we're gonna get for in the next year, then probably like it's not a good idea for like just for us to open
We
ourselves.
only opened 3 ETBs for ourselves. That's
Mhm.
the
My
least
goodness.
ever. Yeah, it's
Did you get
And we got
anything?
nothing.
no, absolutely not.
Nothing.
Hey, but our friends and our customers pulled crazy stuff. Like I don't know if you saw on Instagram our first prismatic. Like we usually have a friends and family opening at
Mhm.
the house like a couple
Yeah.
days before release, and usually we open like 4, 5, 6 cases of booster boxes and stuff. But this time we only opened 1.5 cases because we're like, hey, like we just don't have enough, so everyone gets one. And the first box we opened, the second pack was a demigod pack. And so
Wow.
everyone was saying, "Oh, pull rates are so bad." And then so like our friend Mandy opened the first box and sandwiched the 3 packs, and then pulled some demigod pack, and we're like, "What?" And then 3 boxes later, all 3 of our boxes with nothing. Somebody pulled an Espeon SAR as well
Mhm.
from
Yeah.
the same
We
case.
were like, oh, the pour is not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad except for us.
You guys are so lucky, huh? Because I've seen cases where there's like
Yeah.
not even one SIR.
Yeah, but another customer opened the same customer that pulled the Espeon actually pulled a full god pack from
Mhm.
our shop just 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
full god pack
because
every
he
evolution.
bought a binder collection from us. He was going to fly back to Edmonton, and then he's like, "Oh, my suitcase cannot fit this binder, so I'm just gonna open it." And then
Yeah.
boom, like
Full god pack.
yeah,
So
yeah,
there's full
and
god packs and demigod packs in English.
Yes,
yes,
all pulled from our shop. It's crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
and he gave me the Eevee, the center Eevee.
Wow.
I know.
He's one of the biggest luck boxes I've ever seen. We love the guy, but
Yeah.
he actually started off coming to CJ's shop, and then he was like, "I just want your autograph. I'm from Toronto. I love your content." So CJ signed us off for him. He has since spent like over 100K at the shop, and
Mhm.
he's a huge
That's
supporter.
awesome.
And every time he pulls something, he wants to give it to us, and we're like, "Hey, like, we
You can keep it.
please keep it. Please
Yeah,
keep it." He pulled 10 Pikachu SIRs from Surging Sparks, and
Oh my
just
gosh.
gave us
He has
another
10
one.
Embryo, and he
Yeah.
wants to give us like one of each. I was like, no, please keep it. Like
Yeah.
we don't.
Oh my God.
That
Yeah.
is too much.
Yeah. Yeah, we have amazing people like that. And anytime someone gives us something as a gift, we would put it in our display like cabinet at the shop, and it would be something we cherish for the rest of our lives, and we would never sell it or give it away. Like, we're not just talking about expensive stuff. It could be like a $2 card. CJ
Yeah.
would
I
frame
have
it and put it
25-cent cards in
25-cent
there.
cards in there. Like, we cherish them
featured
just the
it.
same,
Yeah.
just because it
Wow.
just means so much to us that
Yeah.
somebody that will walk into the shop that would enjoy their experience so much that they would support CJ and give her a card. So, you know, it could be a $10,000 card, 25-cent card is the same. It's put in there.
Yeah, everyone knows I love Eevee, so every time they got some like it's special Eevees, usually they bring it to me. Yeah,
Aw,
and it's
so sweet.
I feel so blessed.
And drawings and artwork and paintings from
Yeah.
kids.
Oh yeah,
Wow,
that's crazy. Yeah,
sometimes we
That's
think
so
about it, makes
cool.
us tear up a little bit. There's so many kids that come in and give CJ a drawing of her and Eevee. And
yeah.
The connections you make and the relationships you built made this passion project even more meaningful.
Yeah.
CJ, you want to talk about that one time, like in our old shop, where a Japanese student?
Oh yeah. I think I talked about it on.
Oh right, you talked about it last
podcast.
Time.
Yeah.
Well, that was not a lot of people watched that one, so you can say it again here.
Yeah. Vancouver has lots of Japanese international student, and then our store is there like a weekly handout place. Usually, like they will come every week, just buy 1 or 2 cards, but they that's become their routine. And then one Japanese student, when he finished his like a school and he wants to go back to Japan, he came to the store and just gave me a gift, a card, and he's like, "Oh, I just want to say goodbye to you, and coming to your store is making me feel like so comfortable. It's already been my routine. I love the vibe that you give, you create for the community, for the store, and I just want to say thank you to you." And before I left Canada, and that really makes me tear up. And then we have lots of moment like that, like a lots of international student when they finish school here, planning to go back to their country, and they always come and say goodbye to me. So we have that's the moment I feel like I'm so lucky to have a store. This is
The
such a
memories
rare
we
decision.
built for he was like, it's the one thing I look forward to coming doing every week, and it made my my stay here so much better. Yeah
And he's always quiet and always polite, and we talk to each other using Google Translate. But like I didn't realize that our store is such a big part of his life. And then
this is before we expanded too. It's in a tiny little shop. He comes in, might buy like a couple dollars worth of singles every week. Yeah,
and we have lots of regular customers. They only have 1 day off or 2 day off, and I'll see them regularly on their day off. Like I was like, oh,
they sit there from start to finish.
Yeah, they even some of them even come before I come. Like sometimes I was late and they already there
waiting for you.
Entrance, and then they'll say, "Oh, thank you for existing."
Oh,
that's really warms my heart. I was like, "Oh my god, that's the sweetest things I ever heard."
Yeah, it's the experience and community.
Yeah, I have a lot of like really really good customers, like angels, like that we just become friends. Yeah.
That's amazing. And I think that's the perks of owning a card shop is you get to meet people like that and establish reports and develop meaningful connections. And it's just very heartwarming. Every time I see Hey CJ, you're like the focal point of the video, and you have such like a welcoming persona. It feels like when I see you in the Hey CJ series, I feel like I'm at home. So I can totally relate to how those people feel and why they feel connected to you. The smile, the vibe that you give off. I think people can feel the energy without you having to say it.
And my employees are even more awesome. Like they're like, if you everyone comes to the store, my employee will like just welcome them with their full energy. They love the community. They have even have more passion than me. So having a team like that, I feel blessed too. Yeah.
A team effort for sure.
Yeah.
And you just have
Definitely.
a natural talent of just not even having to try. You definitely give off this energy that feel very comfortable around you immediately.
Thank you. Thank you. I try.
No, you're natural at that for sure. Way better than
For
all
sure.
of us.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I have a question. What do you guys think about Prismatic Evolution compared to Evolving Skies? Do you guys think Prismatic Evolution is going to be the standout set? Is going to be the #1 set of the entire modern era? Or do you guys still think Evolving Sky is #1?
I think that's it. Well, do you want to go first? Okay, I want to hear you first.
I'm afraid I'm gonna say something wrong.
No,
but
there's no wrong answer. This is
Come
your
on, it's all
opinion.
opinions.
I feel like Evolving Sky will still be there. Like I think
Still
it's
number
really,
one.
really hard to beat Evolving Skies.
Too iconic.
Yeah. Because
Umbreon.
Evolving Skies is the first one. Still
Feels
I
like the
feel
base set of our generation, right?
yeah. Everything
Well, for sure.
else, even the art is better, but like I feel like they're copying the concept. You know,
Yeah.
like the evolutions. That's the original. I think because of the success of the Evolving Skies they have, and they know evolution's the key, so they try to copy the success of the Evolving Skies. But I feel like Evolving Sky will always be the #1. That is just my opinion. Yeah. If I say something wrong, like yeah.
That's not wrong. Why would that be wrong?
I agree with you. Yeah. You look at that Umbreon reaching for the moon. Any kid who walks in the store would recognize that card. And I feel like a lot of people already know what the Umbreon is without even knowing too much about Pokemon, just because of the set.
Yeah, like I think like in the beginning when Evolving Sky just came out, nobody knows that will like we know there is like a beautiful cards, but we don't know people like this to this extent. And then before it was always Charizard. Every time there's a Charizard in the set, we know this set will be good. People will love this set until Evolving Sky pop up. Like people realize, oh my god, we love evolutions more. We love Umbreon more, and then I think that's make the whole thing pivot, kind of make less Charizard
100%.
more.
I have a theory. So Charizard was always the king of TCG, and that really there's just so many factors. Just people made videos about it. When we were young, Charizard, like kids think whatever has the highest HP is the best Pokemon. That's how I felt when I was young, and when I saw Charizard had 120 HP and 100 attack, I was like, damn, that's the card that I want. That's the best card. And obviously it helps being a fire breathing lizard or dragon. That's what really kickstarted the Charizard craze in trading card game. Well, Charizard is obviously one of the most popular characters in general, even outside of the TCG as well. But it's always been Charizard. But there comes a certain time, especially after the 2016 evolutions, 2020, where you had Darkness's Blade Charizard, you had the Shining Face Charizard, you had Hidden Face Charizard before that, where every other set is a Charizard set, where Charizard fatigue set in, and then just people stop caring about Charizard. People don't care about Charizard anymore. That's true. That is true. Like that, people have gotten so tired of Charizard that it's just, especially for modern Charizards, they don't sell anywhere close to what Umbreon is selling, Rayquaza is selling, even Lugia sometimes. So Charizard, modern Charizards, people don't care about it anymore. I've said it, like that is what it is.
Darkness of Blaze Charizard Remax only sell for $40.
Yeah, like even Obsidian Flame Charizard, $100. Even like I feel like Brilliant Stars is a beautiful Charizard. That card sells for less than all the other arts too. It doesn't stand out at all. So people don't care about Charizard anymore. Somewhere along the way, people have flipped and decided that Umbreon is the coolest card. Umbreon interest is way higher than Charizard. It's just the way that it is. It's trickled down to vintage as well. Like Gold Star Umbreon, obviously from Japanese, has always been one of the grails, being 70,000 point play promo. But even any Umbreon card that's from back in the day is really climbing in price, and Evolving Skies is the main catalyst for Umbreon taking that throne. And I don't think it's even close with the young kids. Like, kids like Umbreon more than Charizard.
Definitely.
But I gotta say, Umbreon's starting to reach where Charizard was at a few years ago, where I feel like I'm getting Umbreon fatigue. Now that we're here, obviously the Moonbreon, it feels like it's like 10 different cards, but because there's so many of them, you hear it all the time, right? But I'm a little bit
You're getting tired of Umbreons?
Yes, and the Terrestrial, obviously, because we like opened 100 boxes of Terrestrial. It sold over 1,000 boxes of it at the shop. Like, that set was crazy. So we've seen the Umbreon pulled over and over again, which surprisingly, us opening so many boxes, we didn't pull a single SIR Umbreon. What are the chances? Like, we've seen people that open 1 or 2 boxes pull it. But I've seen that over and over again, and now Evolution, obviously Prismatic Evolutions, people are just going nuts over it. Evolutions weren't where it is before Evolving Skies, if you think about it. It wasn't. Like, it was super popular, but it doesn't carry sets. It wasn't like, oh, this set had an Umbreon or this set had an Evolution. Like, Sun and Moon Base had Umbreon. No one cared about it. There's a lot of sets. Well, Hidden Fates had Umbreon. People were chasing the Charizard. Nobody cared about the Shining Umbreon. Like, it wasn't where it was. And then something happened during Evolving Skies. Maybe it's the beautiful artwork of the Umbreon that really put it over the top. But there is a distinct timeline for the change, and that's pre-Evolving Skies and post-Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies put Umbreon over the top. Would Umbreon stay the top? I don't know. Maybe there's another potential candidate. Let's say it's like the next tier of popular Pokemon, other than Pikachu, Charizard, Umbreon now is on that upper like first tier, would be Rayquaza, Lugia, Greninja, Gengar. Which one of those would take over where Umbreon is at now? That might happen if you think about it. Like, Umbreon was in that group of Lugia, Rayquaza, Gengar, Giratina. Maybe not. Giratina is probably a tier below Greninja. Greninja is actually super popular. Mew. All of these Pokemon in the next tier has a shot of becoming where Umbreon is at in the next 5 years. That's my prediction, actually, because Umbreon couldn't separate itself from that group, no matter what you say.
What I think pre-2021 is cool and cute at the same time. So
there's other stuff too. Pikachu's cute.
Like Umbreon is black, mystery, dark color.
Is Umbreon cute though? I don't think Umbreon's cute.
Like, girls and boys all like Umbreon because Umbreon is like
it's like a neutral in the middle.
That's a good point.
Charizard is more like a boy thing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but Umbreon Evolution is like just all.
Yeah, that's smart because I don't think I've seen anyone say Lugia's cute or Rayquaza's cute.
Yeah. So
that is so true.
More comparable is Mew. Mew is like cute and what?
Hey, CJ cooking right now.
My goodness. Mew is like that bubble Mew.
You're right.
All the Mews are actually going up.
Yeah. So I think nowadays
CJ's cooking me right now. CJ dropping knowledge. I've never thought about it. I've never thought about it like that.
No, it's true. The Mews are on the up and up.
Wow, that makes so much sense. The Bubble Mew is obviously like literally underrated in terms of the hype right now.
Compared to Mewtwo, Mew is winning because Mewtwo is more like Charizard type. But
wow, that makes sense.
Mew is like Umbreon type.
Hey, maybe there's like
cool.
There's a Moonbreon version of Mew that's gonna come out in the next few years, and Mew would be the next Umbreon. Because like we always talk about, markets go through cycles and people change. Everybody only wanted Charizard, and now everyone wants Umbreon. That could change. There's nothing that's stopping Mew from becoming the next Umbreon.
Well,
so
isn't
maybe
there
that's
like isn't there like a new Mew from the simplified Chinese like a limited copy of 1510?
Really? Wait, what is this thing called? Let me search it
It's
up.
it's the Mew promo that you can only get in China by completing challenges.
Wow, really? Let me see how it looks. Is it cool?
It does.
Is it one of the
Cute.
which one? This one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's cute.
I don't know. It's not my
I feel
style.
like nowadays cute is an important thing
This guy.
already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cute and cool all together.
Yeah.
Makes the
I think that's more of a feminine thing. I think you're right about the Umbreon though. Like girls and guys would both like it because he's super cool and he could be seen as cute at the same time.
And for Prismatic Evolution, it's the only set with all the evolution in this particular set. Like for Evolving Skies, there's, we don't have the Espeon because that's in Fusion Strike. So there's only like limited amount of evolution line in the Evolving Sky set itself. But the difference that sets Prismatic apart is that it's got all the evolutions. So I think it will become an iconic set.
It already is for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm already getting kind of tired of it, to be honest.
And so the Master Balls.
Yeah, all the other evolutions are cute.
I think I'm also just kind of salty because I can't pull any of them. So I'm sure once I start pulling a couple, I'll be like, hey, this is the best set ever. Or if she allows me to open more.
She already got the Eevee, so
yeah, we didn't pull him. Like we got gifted.
Yeah, like he has a page of like the God pack, and he pulled the Eevee from the middle. It's like left a hole of on his page, and I was like, "Are you sure? This is so precious." He's like, "Yes, I want you to have it."
Man, we have too many good people. Too many good people.
Yeah.
It offsets the bad people. There's a
definitely.
CJ was dealing with some really bad people.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've received way more love than the hate for the past 2 days.
There's some crazy haters, though, man.
Yeah,
they don't actually hate me like ever in front of my face, but they actually do with CJ quite a bit.
Yeah. I think and I know like
the
if they
easy target,
and if they hurt me, they'll hurt you more.
Yeah, hurt me more.
You
That's
directly,
true.
so they find the soft spot.
Yeah, but okay, so I remember this. This is like 2 weeks ago, maybe. I was in the back taking a call, and I hear someone starting to yell. And I was like, yo, what is happening? Because it was CJ and Nicole. Nicole is a good friend of ours and an employee that works at the shop. So 2 girls. And at first I was on the phone and it was getting a little bit loud. I was like, oh, maybe there's a lot of people. And then I just realized it's just one guy yelling. He was getting really upset. It was a mistake that we made. Nicole made a mistake with billing the day before. But either way, I was like, what is going on? So I walked out. This guy went from like yelling at CJ and Nicole to, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Because I was like, hey, what's the problem? I literally walked out. I was like, what's the problem? Let me know. Like, what's going on? And he went from like, why did you guys do that? Like, literally face like purple. He's like, oh, it's really not a big deal. I know it's not on purpose. It's okay. Yeah, immediately. And then at the end, obviously, he was just really nice. But like, I don't think he's a bad person or anything, but it just like when you see 2 girls, you just as a guy for some reason just gets more aggressive. And then just as soon as he sees like I'm obviously a taller, bigger guy, immediately it's like turns into the nicest guy. So I was like, man, I didn't realize that until then. It was like, CJ and Nicole probably deals with a lot of people like that on the regular basis.
But I have to say, because we are girls, there are lots of customer, I feel like treat us extra soft
as well.
Extra,
okay, so it goes both directions.
Yeah, both. Definitely both directions.
Yeah, I don't have anybody talking to me like that, but I don't have people talking to me like Dexter talks to you as well. So
depends on that person's upbringing.
Yeah, but like it's definitely our fault in the first place. So I
Mm.
feel
That's
like
true.
Well,
yeah, we deserve to be yelled.
No, not yelled at like
no,
that. Though. I
no,
don't know.
No,
no,
he's
you don't
that's
deserve to
okay.
be yelled at.
Okay.
At the
It was just
beginning, it was kind
it
of
was
loud.
like a
I just stepped
a
out
little
and I
bit,
was
just a
like,
little bit.
"What
Yeah.
is going on here?
Yeah.
Why are you
No,
yelling
he's a
in our
nice
shop?"
customer. Like he been in the store a few times. It's just like
I think he was having
yeah.
a bad day.
yeah, or he's just upset about the situation, and then like,
But,
but we didn't really take that seriously. But like he's extra protective, so that's
yeah,
why.
I
Yeah.
can't hear somebody yelling at my wife. You know.
No,
That's-
I don't consider that yelling, so it's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. That's different.
Yeah.
So where your shop is located, is there like security services if needed at a certain point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's inside the mall.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
There's security.
Yeah, I feel pretty safe
Pretty
in that
safe,
mall.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's obviously a pros and cons of being in the mall or on like the street location. You get a lot more visibility being a retail shop, having like a street entrance. Like Danny has like her sign at the top and looks obviously a lot more visible than for you to walk into a shopping mall. But our shop is, it's way too many valuable things. We can't afford to
Yeah.
have someone, drive their car into the shop and take everything. 'Cause sometimes there's a few $100,000 worth of product inside, and I'm not comfortable having a shop on the street. But yeah, so obviously it's less visible, but we do have a great online presence, so it doesn't matter. But there's a lot of security cameras everywhere, lots of security, and you have to walk quite a bit to get to the shop. So I mean, if you were planning to do something bad, once you get there, you're gonna have to plan to get out, which is gonna be kind of tough. So
You guys are in like the central more area of the mall. That's good.
yeah.
That's good.
So
Also a lot
pretty
of foot traffic too, right?
There's no foot traffic before us. We brought the foot traffic. Everyone on the level, because it's like the bottom floor has a really popular food court and a really popular shopping kind of like grocery store called TNT. It's like an Asian grocery, super popular. Everyone's there. The second floor has nobody. Like all the stores are like destination stores. Like there's nobody, no foot traffic. And then as soon as we got there, it was like lineups outside the shop, and then all the businesses look at us like, "Oh, what is like? Are you guys running an event?" It's funny because I was getting a haircut at a place next to us, and he's like, this is like 2 weeks ago on a Thursday."
Yeah.
All right. So he was like, "You guys have like a promotion going on, event?" It's like, "No." "You running a tournament?" "No." It's like, "Oh, so many people," and then I was like, it's just Thursday.
It's just popular.
It's just a Thursday. Nothing was happening. and they weren't used to seeing people just walking around, right? So we brought a lot of business to the second floor of the shopping mall.
Wow,
And
that's
everyone
amazing.
is like, "Oh, can you please like stay?" Because we're already like pretty much outgrowing that space.
Wow. So then what would be the next step if you guys outgrow the place, or is there like a time?
We're most likely going to buy a place that we're looking at that's like maybe double the space and has office space and a place to put like some of our welders. And like we have a custom card machine coming from Tag that we're going to start making like custom cards for customers that walk in.
That's so cool.
And so yeah, that's probably the next step. But I'm not so sure we want to do that just because that would be on the street as well. So we will like we're still like trying to decide. Or we can just like buy a few places that's in that same shopping mall and then combine two stores. There's so many people that are ending their lease that are coming into our shop. I was like, "Hey, can you lease mine? Like my place is bigger. I'll give you a better deal."
Yeah, it seems like you guys are expanding quickly, especially with your online presence, and the Hey CJ series really help with all of that.
Yes. And the opportunities that came from that is endless. And one of the things that advice that I give other people is create content. No, social media is obviously a cheat code. You don't need to buy billboards or bus stop ads like you did back in the day. You can reach all the people you want and highly like it's it's targeted towards people that are your potential customers too. Conversion rate will be way higher than having something at the bus stop. But at the same time, like one of the things that really blew us up, one of the main factors and facilitators is CTV, like national mainstream media coming to do that story at CJ Shop. That really gave us a lot of credibility, and everyone knew about it overnight. It was kind of crazy. So mainstream media, like before that was a teaching moment for me too. I had no idea. I was like, who watches like CTV anymore? It's our
people.
national TV, yeah. And then I realized that they're like they're a huge media conglomerate, and on your phone, like on your news tab, whatever, it pops up. That's what other people told us. It's like everyone's seeing that because you can't escape. It got picked up by national, like CTV national. It wasn't just local. It was one of the biggest hits of that week. So it was literally like sending notifications to everyone's phone as well, because your
It's
iPhone has
incredible.
like a news app. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that went crazy. And obviously, we already have a lot of connections with influencers and celebrities, and we work with them quite a bit. Oh, speaking of that, it's pretty cool. We're doing a project with Stephen Curry, my favorite athlete of all time,
Yeah.
with flag. So this is a Chinese New Year,
Wow.
Lunar New Year, Year of the Snake drop that we're doing with Steph. 1,000 cards.
Cool.
10% of them has his autograph on it, and some of them has a sticker in the bag too. So super cool. Yeah, we did a huge call. We went down to San Francisco to pick up these cards and see them recently.
How do we get it? How do people get it?
It will be on Tag's site. We'll do a huge drop in the 15 days of Chinese New Year coming up. So it's coming up soon. We're already making the page. So very soon you'll be able to get your own Year of the Snake Stephen Curry cards.
I love Stephen Curry. He's amazing. Amazing basketball player. And you
He's
guys met him
He's even more amazing in person.
Even better in person. I'll tell so many stories about him. We're working with Canvas Marketing. His cousin Will runs it, and he's also a part owner of that company. It's his own trading card company. So we're doing multiple. This is only the start. We're doing another project where I'm working with Will, Steph, and Charlie Lee, creator of Litecoin, and we're gonna bring really crazy, innovative stuff to the collectible world together. And this is actually our first project. So it's gonna be super exciting. Like Steph is such a genuine person. Like we work with a lot of celebrities over the last few years, and some of them are not who they seem on camera. We're not gonna like call anybody out, but yeah, but Steph is like one of the few that is even better in person than he shows on camera. He cares about everyone around him on and off the court, and he lifts everybody up. Like you hear countless stories, they're all true. Like we were there actually, me and Charlie, and his daughter and us we went to the arena to watch a game. We were supposed to meet up with Steph after, but then he had obligations with his team owner, the owner of the team, and a bunch of people had to have like a meeting with him after. So he had his hands tied for a few hours. So we had to end up going home and then FaceTiming him when he was done. So like, to me, I wasn't like offended or at all, because that's Steph. Like when you get to his level, he doesn't even manage his own schedule. And frankly, like he doesn't need to see us. If like, honestly, like if he says, oh, I'm going to talk to you guys some other time or see you guys some other time, there's like I personally wouldn't hold anything against him just because he's Steph Curry. He's so busy that he is at that level. But he like FaceTimed us. We spoke for over 15 minutes, and he apologized and explained why he wasn't able to meet us, and it arranged for us to meet after, and had a great conversation. And it was like, this kind of just shows how great of a person he is, and just how humble he is. And you know, he's someone that people look up to for the right reasons, and he's a true leader of men, and really, yeah, he's really a blessing to
wow, lots of
everyone.
exciting things that you have coming up, projects. I'm excited for you.
yeah, super exciting stuff, and this all came about because of our passion project, and people know, like, this shows that we're not doing this. We're doing this for the right reason. We're not doing this for the money, and
Yeah.
that comes, but we're
And
really
also we're
passionate about.
donating all the profit we have
Oh yeah.
from this project to his
Yeah. By the
charity.
way,
So
we do have
we're not taking any like single
yeah
penny of the profit.
we do have equity in this project, and so does Steph is donating his portion to charity, and we are donating our portion to charity. So this is this is strictly for give back to community and also raise awareness. But
amazing. You guys are just doing such great things, and it's just funny, like, kind of going back how it all started from, like, when CJ was kind of half asleep. I just remember that. And
Yeah.
let's start a store. And that's how y'all
it all
started.
started from that.
Amazing.
You never know what a simple business idea or just inspiration in the middle of the night can really blossom into. So you're really selling yourself short to not attempt to start it, and it's easier said than done. But sometimes you don't have to plan everything out before you start something.
Sure.
Just going out and doing it, and God will show you the way. If you do it for the right reasons, for the right intentions, people around you will see, the energy will reciprocate. Give back whenever you can, and look where we are now.
Very well said. Congratulations to your success in CJ. Thank you so much for coming on with us today. Do you have anything else to share with us before we end this podcast?
I want to say thank you for all the supports that we receive. I feel like over blessed. Like sometimes I even feel like, do I deserve all this blessed? And I feel like I need to. That really encouraged me to do better, be an even better person, and to kind of to deserve the love that we received. Especially for the past few days, that feeling is really strong. Like, it's seeing all the people coming to the store just to show their supports, and just makes me always wants to cry. And I just want to say thank you.
I can truly feel your passion. Even if we're just conversing through the screen, I can still feel your passion, the love you have for the hobby. So thank you for coming on today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much for watching as well. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you
All
next
right.
time.
See you next time.